Special thanks to Patreon supporter Fernand Weinachter for making this video possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, ScareTube4 here bringing you another Minecraft Modern Warfare vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, also known as the G-Class Wolf. This is a well-established light utility military support vehicle with its origins back in the 1970s. The G in the name is short for Geländewagen or Geländewagen, something like that. German. I don't speak German, so I wouldn't know. But it stands for cross-country vehicle / tough terrain vehicle. These vehicles are built to last, with pretty much guaranteeing over 1 million miles for each vehicle. The production facilities only produce like 15 of these a day because they're very highly, made and basically handmade, really. So they're very good vehicles and are basically built to last. The G-Class vehicle is now regularly used by more than 63 armies worldwide. This includes the German Armed Forces, Canadian Army, and also U.S. Marine Corps. Mercedes has actually guaranteed production of the standard G-Class for use as NATO support vehicles up until 2025. The vehicle itself is kind of similar to a Land Rover. However, it's definitely kind of its own thing for sure. Overall, it's a really awesome looking vehicle, and I think it came out really good. I want to go ahead and give a special thanks to Patreon supporter Fernand Weinachter for making this video possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel more than you guys already do, feel free to head over to my Patreon page where you guys can pledge a small amount each month and earn a vehicle of your choosing, depending on what tier you guys decide to go ahead and go with. It helps me personally as a creator and all that stuff, and it kind of keeps the channel growing and going really with the small donations. So if you guys are interested, feel free to check it out. If not, no worries. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the vehicle itself, kind of see what we're building, and of course we're going to move into the tutorial. So starting off with the vehicle, this is kind of more of the modern design as requested by Fernand, so I tried to make it as close as I possibly could to the more modern version, though there are not that many differences. They kind of just look, you kind of have that look where it just kind of slightly gets more modern. You can kind of tell. This one here has the front guard that goes across the front. It has a winch up here in the front as well. Going to continue on, you have the kind of the tarp canopy across the top, or the canvas. I think that looks really nice on it, though you could swap it out and actually have like a full-on metal covering to it, but I think the canvas is really nice on it. So canvas is pretty cool. You have the just side detailing on the sides here, the doors, all that stuff. Coming to the back, spare tire, a little equipment box on the back here, the hazard lights and all that kind of stuff, and just brake lights and all that fun stuff. The back here could be substituted out for just two rows of 3 here of glass panes to kind of create a back window, or you can have it kind of rolled up here and looking something kind of like that on the back there for having it rolled up, I guess. Overall, that's pretty much the Mercedes-Benz G-Class Wolf. It's definitely a really cool vehicle, and all that stuff. I decided to go and categorize it as a German vehicle because I think it's more of a German used vehicle. However, as I mentioned, it's pretty much widespread in service, so you can use this for a lot of different countries and a lot of different scenarios, which makes it a really good versatile vehicle. Anyways, that's going to do it for this overview. Let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by starting off with our first layer, layer 1. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving on to our first layer, we're going to go ahead and start off with, of course, layer 1. For layer 1, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and start off by building our left front wheel here. So for this, we're just going to go ahead and place down 2 narrow brick stairs that are going to be going ahead and going to be back to back from each other. So just like this, pretty standard for the type of wheels I like to use in my vehicles. So just 2 wheels back to back like so. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and take our stone brick top slabs. We're going to place down a row of 3, 1, 2, and 3. Across like this, come off this stair, and on the opposite side here, we're going to place down 2 narrow brick stairs back to back to create our front axle and our 2 front wheels. With that complete, we're going to place down a stone brick top slab coming off the center stone brick, stone brick top slab, and then a iron trap door coming off that stone brick top slab. So as you can probably tell, this is going to be the front up here. The front's going to be facing this direction, and the rear is going to be back here in this section. Once we have that done, we're going to need to go and skip a few spaces here. So we're just going to go and use our some placeholder blocks. We're going to skip a space of 4. We're going to place down another row 3 here of stone brick top slabs going across. We're going to delete these placeholder blocks. We're then going to place down a stone or another brick upside down on both sides again to go ahead and make the rear wheels. so just like this on both sides. With that complete, that's going to pretty much do it for layer 1. As you can see, you have your wheelbase established, pretty simple, and with that we can go ahead and move on to our next layer, layer 2. Alright, so moving on to layer 2, there's a little bit more going on in this layer. For this layer, we're going to start off by taking our narrow brick stairs. We're just going to go and place down 2 stairs back to back on top of the upside down narrow brick stairs, so just kind of, you know, completing the wheels, creating that circular shape for the wheels just from the side there, which looks something like that for our wheels. Once we have that done, we're going to go ahead and start pretty much building the inside section all in here. So for this, we need to go ahead and grab ourselves some polished andesite blocks, which we'll need for this, and we can go ahead and pretty much start going. So we're going to place down a polished andesite block here on top of this middle row 3 of stone brick top slabs in the front here, followed by a cobblestone wall on both sides to kind of represent the shocks. With that done, we're just going to place down a row of 3 of polished andesite across the front like so. After that's done, we're going to place down a row of 3 of black wool coming off these 3 polished andesite full blocks. We're then going to place down another dark oak wood upside down stair on both sides of that row of 3 of black wool, like that. With that finished up here on the front, we're going to place down a stone brick full block like this in the front here, followed by a dark oak wood stair like this on both sides of it, like that for the front. After you have that done, we're just going to place down a zombie head like this on both sides of the stair, coming off the back of it like that for the front. After that's complete, we're going to go ahead and continue on. We want to place down a row of 3 here of polished andesite across the bottom here. We're then going to place down a green wool block on both sides, followed by a stone button on that green snakeway block. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some spruce wood planks here. We're going to place down 1 and 2 back along the side here. Same thing over here, 1 and 2 back. In the middle here, again, we're just going to fill this in with polished andesite, like so. With that done, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a sign and also some stone buttons again. We're going to place down a sign on this first spruce wood plank, and then we're going to place down a stone button on the second. Same thing over here on the left side as well. Continuing on, we're going to place down a narrow row of 3 of polished andesite, like this across, followed by a green snakeway block on both sides. We then want to place down a polished andesite block in the center here, cobblestone wall on both sides, followed by a row of 3 of polished andesite across in between those narrow brick stairs. Continuing on here to the back, we're going to go ahead and place down a skeleton skull, come off the center polished andesite block, followed by a stone brick stair, which is going to be on either side of this skeleton skull, and then one more stone brick stair going off of that stair, basically to both sides. With that complete, we're then going to take signs and we're going to wrap around the side here and the front of these stairs, all the way around. Same thing over here as well. Just like this, wrapping it around. We then want to go ahead and go into our inventory. We're going to need to grab ourselves some item frames and also some orange stained glass, which we'll go ahead and get here. We're going to place down an item frame on the front of the stair, orange stained glass block in the item frame, same thing over here on the left side as well, to go ahead and create your back brake lights, or the hazard lights. Once you guys have that all done, that's going to do it for layer 2. With that, let's move on to layer 3. Alright guys, so moving on to our next layer, we have layer 3. For layer 3, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and place down a row 3 here of black wool across the previous row 3 like that. We're then going to place down a dark oak wood stair on both sides of that row 3 of black wool. With that complete, we're then going to place down an item frame coming off the front here of these stairs here on both sides like that. We then also want to place down an item frame coming off the side of these stairs to go toward the front with a regular glass block in it like that to go ahead and create the front headlights. With that complete, we're then going to place down a dark oak wood fence post on top of these 2 dark oak wood stairs, followed by a fence gate in between these fence posts. We also need to go ahead and place down a fence gate on the sides here, so we actually need to go and delete these zombie heads real quick. Place down a full block, and then place down your dark oak wood fence gate on both sides like that. And then now we can go ahead and go and put back our zombie heads. You know, for some reason Minecraft won't let us just place down fence gates on top of zombie heads, so we got to go ahead and do that. And then we just want to open the ones on the sides there like that, where the lights are, to create something that looks like that. With that complete, we're going to go and continue on along the back, or going toward the back here, and place down a row 3 of green stained clay across, followed by a dark oak wood corner stair on both sides. We then want to place down a row of 5 of green stained clay all the way across. After that, we're going to place down a green stained clay block going back on both sides, followed by a lever coming off the blocks here, again on both sides there. Continuing on, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some spruce wood planks again. We're going to place down 1 and 2 back, 1 and 2 back. We will need to go and grab ourselves a tripwire hook and also a sign. So a tripwire hook and a sign. We're going to place down a sign on the first spruce wood plank and a tripwire hook on the second. Same thing over here on this side as well. Just like that. After you get that all finished, we're going to go and place down a green stained clay block on both sides like this. We're going to place down a stone button coming off the green stained clay block on both sides. We then just want to place down 1, 2, and 3 more green snakeway blocks back. 1, 2, and 3. And we're also going to go and take some stone buttons and again place it down along the side here like that. With that complete, on the back here, we're just going to go ahead and place down a item frame over here on the right side. We're going to need to grab ourselves a red stained glass full block and also a sign to cover it up like that for the brake light. And this is only on the right side. We also want to take green stained clay. We're going to place down a row of 3 across to make a row of 5 along the back here. We want to grab ourselves some nether brick stairs. We're going to place down 1 and 2 stairs upside down like that for the spare tire on the back. And if you guys want to add the equipment box, we're going to place down 2 green stained clay blocks, 2 tripwire hooks, and a sign on the side here like that for the tripwire hook, or for the equipment box. It's not really necessary. You don't need to have it. If you guys choose not to have the equipment box, you guys will need to place down the brake light over here on this side instead of where this green stained clay block is for the toolbox. Anyways, that's gonna right there is going to do it for layer 3. With that, we can move on to layer 4. Alright guys, so moving on to our next layer, we have layer 4. For layer 4, what we want to do is we want to go and start by taking green carpet. We're going to place down a row of 3 across the front here, followed by a second row of 3 of green carpet, and then a third row after that. We then want to place down a zombie head on either side of this third row of 3 here of green carpet, just like that on both sides. We will also want to go and grab ourselves a iron bar. We're going to place down an iron bar here on top of this dark oak wood corner stair on the right side only. After that's complete, we're going to go and take our light gray stained glass full blocks. We're going to place down a row of 3 across the middle here. We then want to place down 1 and 2 light gray stained glass panes out to the sides, and then 1 and 2 out to the side, so it should end on top of this lever right here. We also just want to go ahead and place down a sign coming off this last glass pane on both sides here, and those are going to be your side mirrors like that. With that complete, going ahead and going back from this pane here along the spruce woods planks, we're going to place down 1 and 2 light gray stained glass panes. Same thing right here, 1 and 2 light gray stained glass panes. We then just want to place down a smooth sandstone block on both sides, followed by again 1 and 2 light gray stained glass panes, and 1 and 2 on both sides. On the back here, we're just going to place down a smooth sandstone full block again on both sides. If you guys want, you guys can go ahead and place down a row of stained glass all the way across the back here, or you can just go ahead and leave it open, whichever version you want to go ahead and make here. You can have it where it's kind of folded up on the back here, or you can have it where it's open. So I'm just going to kind of leave it open to match this one over here, but you could place down a row of 3 of, light gray stained glass across the back there to kind of show that the, kind of plastic-ish glass kind of cover there is folded up. So that's one thing you can do there. Then also for the stair, or for these the spare tire here, we're just going to place down 2 more nether brick stairs on top of it. And also, if you guys did build the toolbox, we're just going to place down a dark oak wood slab on top of this green stained clay block here. Once you guys have that all done, that's going to do it for layer 4. With that, we can go ahead and move on to layer 5. Alright guys, so we have another simple layer here for layer 5. For layer 5, we just want to go ahead and take our iron bars. We're just going to place down 1 more going up right here like this. We then want to go ahead and place down a row of 3 of light gray stained glass panes across the middle here. Those 3 light gray stained glass full blocks right there. After we have that done, we're going to go ahead and place down a zombie head on top of this stained glass pane here on both sides. We then want to place down a row of 3 here of light gray stained glass full blocks, followed by a light gray stained glass pane on both sides. Come off that light gray stained glass pane back, we're going to place down 1 more light gray stained glass pane, so you get something that kind of looks like this for the front here. After that, we're going to go ahead and place down a smooth sandstone block on both sides like that. We then want to place down another row of 2 here of light gray stained glass panes, like that. We're then going to place down another smooth sandstone block on both sides. If you're having the kind of window down here on the back, you're just going to place down another row of 3 of light gray stained glass panes across the back here. If you want to show it rolled up, we're just going to place down a row of 3 here of stone slabs like that. After that, that's going to do it for layer 5. With that, let's move on to our last final layers here, which are basically just going to be layers 6, 7, and 8, and we'll go ahead and finish this build off. Alright guys, so go ahead and move on to layers 6, 7, and 8. For these layers, all we want to do is we want to go ahead and start off by placing down 1, 2, and 3 iron bars up on top of the previous 2 iron bars we have for the radio antenna. After that's finished, we're going to place down a row of 3 of smooth sandstone, or sandstone half slabs on top of that row of 3 of light gray stained glass full blocks, followed by a wooden trapdoor on both sides like so. After that's done, we're then going to place down a row of 3 here of sandstone half slabs, which are going to go, or a row of 5 here of sandstone half slabs, which are going to go all the way across. We then want to place down a wooden trapdoor on both sides, followed by a row of 3 of sandstone half slabs across the middle. We're going to do the same thing again, so row of 3 of sandstone slabs across the middle, wooden trapdoor on both sides. We're then going to place down a row of 5 here of smooth sandstone, or sandstone half slabs. Then for this section here, we're going to place down 3 sandstone half slabs in the middle, followed by a wooden trapdoor on both sides, like so. Once you guys have that done, that's going to pretty much do it for the Mercedes-Benz G-Class or G-Wagon Wolf. Very cool build. I think it came out really good, and hopefully you guys do enjoy it. Again, a special thanks to Fernand Weinachter for making this video possible. And again, feel free to check out my Patreon page if you are interested in supporting the channel more. Other than that, guys, if you guys do use this design, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This being thing from a Sunday build, to link to my channel or this video if this does appear on social media sites. Just be sure to get proper credit for the build. That's all I ask for doing these tutorials. It helps my channel grow, and it continues to keep me inspired to keep on posting these videos. So as long as you guys give me credit for it, you're free to use it for whatever projects you guys are working on. Other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett204, and I'll see you guys next time.